After soaking in the ancient history of Bukhara and being wowed by the blue domes in Samarkand, we finally made it to our last stop and the capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent City. We are at the Tashkent City Park. It's a huge park, very pretty, very new. It looks like Marina Bay Sands, the water feature. Everything looks so blue. That's me. Hey guys, welcome back to another Oh Hey Jelly vlog. Tashkent has a totally different vibe from Bukhara and Samarkand. This capital is not so much about madrasas or mosques. It's more modern, more lived-in, and feels like the real everyday side of Uzbekistan. We checked out a giant solar furnace where it started snowing. So good! Had lunch at a quiet and cozy mountain village. And somehow end up watching a Russian opera. At the bazaar, we tasted all sorts of local goodies, including horse meat. We also celebrated Jack's birthday the Uzbek way, with wok, fried rice and warm tea from Besh Qozon. Oh, and the metro in Tashkent, surprisingly aesthetic and artistic, way fancier than I had expected. This vlog won't be the typical historical tour like what we saw in Bukhara or Samarkand. Tashkent has its own unique charm. Here's a look at the other side of Uzbekistan. Welcome to Tashkent. Every city has that one dish, the one locals swear by and visitors have to try. You know how in Singapore we always tell our friends from overseas, you must try chicken rice. Well, in Tashkent, that dish is plov. Not just any plov. We are talking about the kind cooked with firewood in a giant wok, like you are preparing a meal for an army. In Uzbek, plov is eaten at weddings, family gatherings, and even funerals. And in Tashkent, people say that one of the best versions of plov is served right here at Besh Qozon. Operating since 2011, Besh Qozon is a chain of restaurants in Tashkent serving traditional Uzbek cuisine where there is only one main dish on the menu, plov. Coincidentally, it was Jack's birthday, so instead of cake, we marked the occasion with a plate of plov for everyone fresh out of the wok. 41 or 40, happy birthday to you, yay! Soft rice, tender beef, and that melt-in-your-mouth fat. It's the kind of dish that makes you stop talking for a bit, just to appreciate how good it is. Watching how it's made is half the experience. There's rhythm, there's heat, and enough oil to fuel a small scooter. If food reflects culture, then this was our first real taste of Tashkent. Do you have a birthday wish?
More birthday travels to interesting places. More interesting birthday dinners overseas. Maybe not so much plov at this point. I'm so tough with plov. It's very good, very filling.
One moment, we are chomping down on our plovs, and the next, we are sitting under chandeliers at Uzbekistan's National Opera and Ballet House. We are at the theatre tonight to watch a free Russian opera show. This was not something we had planned to do in Tashkent, but it turned out to be quite memorable. It's free because from the 21st to the 27th, they are celebrating their new year, the Nowruz, and the government actually gave free entries. And I asked the guide, and the guide said tourists can also go watch. So we are here now. We're starting at 6, so we are sort of rushing. The traffic jam in the evening is quite bad. Everyone is rushing home for their iftar. This was built in the Soviet era, designed and built in 1940s by the same architect behind Moscow's Metro Stations. Stepping into Alisher Navoiy theatre felt like I was entering a palace. Grand columns, chandeliers, velvet seats, and marble everywhere. It's the kind of place where even whispering feels too loud. We watched a Russian opera called The Elixir of Love. Long story short, it's about a guy named Nemorino who is hopelessly in love with Adina. Adina doesn't seem interested in him, so he pays a ton of money to buy a love potion from a quack doctor. The potion is just normal wine. But don't worry, after a lot of singing, Adina finally falls for Nemorino and they lived happily ever after. The show is starting. Are you reading about the act?
Yeah, I'm reading.
Since the entire opera was in Russian, we didn't understand a single word. But thankfully, English subtitles were available, flashed on a small screen just above the stage. This really helped us in getting a gist of what's going on. The storyline was kind of dramatic and ridiculous, but tickets were free anyway, and it was a personally novel experience to watch an opera in a new country. When we planned a visit to one of the world's largest solar furnaces, we naturally expected sunny weather and clear blue skies. And because we are lucky like that, we got rain and fog and a bonus of snowfall. Basically everything but the sun. Welcome to the solar furnace of Uzbekistan, one of the largest in the world, hidden in the mountain district of Pakand, 2 hours drive from Tashkent and located 1,100 meters above sea level. This is where pure sunlight is weaponized into extreme heat. On the day we visited the solar furnace though, there was no sun to weaponize. Anyway, since most of the footage we took that day was foggy, I'll be inserting some pictures of how it actually looks like when it's sunny and clear. Very cold here. Upon arrival onto the compound, we were brought to look at this funky chandelier hanging on the ceiling of the main hall. This is an iconic Soviet-era decorative installation commonly found in scientific buildings of that time. Its radical design with cascading elements that catch and reflect like echoes solar rays, a fitting tribute to the Solar Institute.
These blue things as stars.
Oh!
When you are moving, they are switched on, switched off.
Inside the Solar Institute, there's a small museum, quiet and completely unheated, which on a cold, rainy day like ours made it feel more like we were walking through a cryogenic lab than a tribute to the sun. The museum houses diagrams explaining how the solar furnace works, experimental parts and materials which were tested under thousands of degrees of heat.
Until 3,000 degrees, and it is nothing happen. This material. Rocket system also, drones also. For example, if outside -5, inside will be plus. Outside 2-4, inside will be normal. It's a thermostat.
There were no interactive screens, just raw, old-school science and pictures, and some dust here and there. Even if you don't have interest in physics, it's still pretty fascinating. Nonetheless, as fascinating as it was inside, what we really came to see was outside. We were there just now. We're done with one part of the tour, we're going to go on to the second part of the tour. The highlight of the Solar Institute compound is made out of 4 subdivisions: the 54-meter tall main building, the heliostatic field, the curved and shiny parabolic concentrator, and the manufacturing tower. According to our guide, here's how everything works. And just a disclaimer, there's a lot of mirrors involved. These huge flat mirrors, there are 63 of these laid out in the field. Each of the 63 heliostat contains 195 small mirrors and is equipped with sensors that allow the positioning system to continually track the sun. That's 12,090 mirrors accumulating the sun's rays and directing this solar energy into the concentrator. The concentrator is covered with 10,700 small mirrors, which then bounces and focuses the sun's rays reflected by the heliostats onto a focal zone in the technological tower. This focal zone is where a high energy region is created. Inside the technological tower is a special chamber in which unique conditions can be created, as well as special protective doors that regulate the amount of incoming light. All that reflected sunlight into a tiny area very quickly brings about a temperature of over 3,000 degrees Celsius, which is then used to melt high quality metals without any contaminants. On fair weathered days, a trip to the solar furnace guarantees live demonstration of how all these processes take place. In fact, there are only 2 solar ovens of this capacity and design in the world, one here in Uzbekistan and another in France. We got to go up close to smaller versions, prototypes of the heliostats and parabolic concentrators. So of course, we had to test the distortion capabilities of the shiny curved glass. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of us all? Look at the vegetables, nice and toasty inside. This was the material they were showing us earlier on. Regulates the temperature, so even if it's negative degrees outside, inside will be a positive degree. Plants can thrive and you can still continue to harvest your crops. And apparently this material can last for 5 years, but people have been said to use it up to 7-8 years and it's still fine. The only problem is because it's plastic, so it's not biodegradable. The scientists are looking to change the composition of this plastic to make it compostable, so it's better for the earth. We came to see solar technology and end up enjoying ourselves most when seeing our faces stretched across concave mirrors. It's moments like these that make big science feel a little more human. Ooh. After braving the snow and fog at the solar furnace, lunch in a quiet mountain village felt like the perfect reset. We were the only ones there, no other tourists. Snowing! Like many traditional places in Uzbekistan, we had to take off our shoes before stepping onto a raised wooden platform with a low table. The room had no heater, and with the sleet still falling outside, it was kind of freezing. We sat cross-legged on the floor and I could literally feel the chill in my bones.
But not yogurt. This a little bit salty. If you will put some salt, very delicious. This salad with suzma, very tasty.
Okay.
So this is bread.
Where's Miss Po?
Not cut bread. And
Oh, it's huge. Then the food came. Home-cooked dishes. Every bite was warm, comforting, and absolutely delicious. We devoured everything, and slowly warmth returned to our fingers and faces. This is a village samsa.
Village samsa. This name of samsa, Sukkok samsa. They understood it is green samsa.
Our guide told us that village samsa are always bigger than city ones. And true enough, these were large, juicy, and satisfying. Personally, I love it that the crispy pastry skin on the outside was wafer thin.
Best samsa I have eaten this trip.
This isn't a famous restaurant or trendy cafe, but this simple village meal, it fed my stomach and my soul. Definitely one of the best meals I've had so far in Uzbekistan. We're leaving our lunch place in the village, some local restaurant.
What is the name of this restaurant? Yeah, Soha.
Getting around Tashkent is surprisingly convenient. Besides Yandex rides, the metro network in the capital is a great and an affordable way to explore the underground city. Tashkent's metro is pretty well known for its beauty. It costs 1,700 som per ride, that's about 17 cents USD if you tap and pay using the credit card at the gate. Prefer the old school way of using cash? That will set you back by 3,000 som or 30 cents USD. Simply scan the QR code on the hard copy ticket at the gate and you are in. At Alisher Navoiy station, be wowed by the elegant Persian-style tiles. Beautifully ornate ceilings. I've never seen any other subway station that looked like this. Then there's Cosmonaut Station, decked out in blue tones and tributes to Soviet space exploration. Look at the dark blue columns, dimmed lighting and galactic motifs. It feels just like a time capsule with a sci-fi tone. Bodomzor, it's modern minimalistic. This station is newer than the rest, featuring clean lines and a bright design.
Got me on the ceiling, but the feels ain't worth the fall. It's better when I'm numb. I don't wanna feel this, 'cause the feels ain't way too hard.
Are you injured?
没有没有，我的脚很痛，
Please explain what happened just now.
This is an old train, so as the 老人团 slowly walked in, my left foot got cut.
But the train's reaction quite good.
Quite fast, quite fast.
At the Independence Square station, it's monumental and nationalistic in style. This is a symbolic station located just beneath the Independence Square itself. The tall marble columns, Uzbek national motifs, and grand chandeliers emphasizes the country's post-Soviet identity and pride. It is grand, spacious, and formal. Pekstakor station is named after Tashkent's beloved Pekstakor football club. It is actually one of the original 1977 metro stations. It has a simple interior but features white marble columns and geometric floor patterns. We didn't get to visit all 30 plus stations, but this short underground exploration showed us that Tashkent's metro isn't just about city transportation. It's part of the city's design legacy, form, function, and a lot of flair. At the center of Old Tashkent stands Chorsu Bazaar. This is the Chorsu Bazaar. Oh my gosh, it's a very busy Saturday morning. Traffic jam outside. Oh, waiting to go into the market car park. Once a key stop along the ancient Silk Road, merchants traded everything from spices to silk right on these grounds.
Girl, wear your shirt out in the pouring rain. This ain't a rom-com, this is real life. Let me show you a ring. Don't need a plane again. So what you say?
Centuries old, but still the city's favorite place to haggle, snack, and shop.
I wanna say right now, 'cause I could do the John Hughes kinda or cliche. But either way, I need to say anything.
Today, not much has changed. In Chorsu Bazaar, there's literally everything you can think of under the sun, right here. From the typical spices, fresh fruits, vegetables and poultry, to homeware such as ceramic plates and bowls and cooking utensils, to finishing needs such as carpets and paintings, to kids' toys and all kinds of apparel.
We could let it ride. What'd you say?
We came here for one thing though, the food section. Rows and rows of hot grills, bubbling pots and trays of golden pastries, all served with warm Uzbek hospitality.
John Hughes kinda or cliche. But either way, I need to say.
We are at the Chorsu Market food hall, food street I think. The smell is overwhelming. Look, there are food stalls on the left and on the right. Not sure what we'll eat, but we want to try horse meat here. I tried grilled horse meat here for the first time, and then there was this dish that looked like pickled kimchi, but it's actually a kind of doughy wrap filled with potatoes and drenched with tomato puree.
All inside potato.
'Cause I could do the John Hughes.
We are going to find a table to sit. You have to choose a table next to the stall that you want to eat from. This is the sitting area where you eat after you order. So basically how it works is that you order from the stalls here. Thank you. Order from the stalls here and then you sit at the table behind the stall. But all the stalls are selling the same stuff. So you just have to choose which one you want to sit at. It's very busy. It's the ending of Nowruz already. And the Ramadan is also ending end of the month in 2 days time. So I think the festive season is really around the corner.
'Cause I could do the John Hughes kinda or cliche. But either way, I need to say anything.
Dough with potato. This is chickpea. This is horse meat.
Show me that. One more.
It tastes like beef eh?
Well, this horse meat better than expected.
I'm going to try a bite of the chili. What?
Spicy?
Yeah, it's spicy. Whether you're here to shop, eat, or just people watch, Chorsu Bazaar is where the capital comes alive, loud, colourful, and full of stories. And just like that, our time in Tashkent wraps up. From exploring solar technology in rain and snow to feasting on plov and grilled horse meat, this capital surprised us in ways we didn't expect. As always, thanks for sticking around and watching to the end. In our next vlog, we are heading across the land border into Tajikistan. But tomorrow I think it will be colder, right?
Might snow even at the 7 lakes.
So we are going to be hiking.
Tajikistan, 7 different color lakes.
So stay tuned for more Central Asia adventures. If you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs a little travel inspiration. I'll see you in Tajikistan. Bye!
of us. My oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny it.